Hello my dear students, today is our fifth class of NEET 2025 biology question discussions. Today we will again discuss next 15 questions of NEET biology in 2025. Both the questions and answers with logic we will discuss. So let's start. Sweet potato and potato represent a certain type of evolution. Select the correct combination of terms to explain the evolution. Basically, potato is a stem modification or tuber, while sweet potato is a root modification, that is root tuber. Both store food and perform similar functions but have different origins. This means they are analogous organ, similar function but different origin, so they are called analogous organ, which arises due to convergent evolution, that is unrelated organisms independently evolved similar traits as a result of having to adapt to similar environments or ecological niche. So this is an analogy, analogous evolution, and is a result of convergent evolution. So option 1 will be the correct answer. Next question. With the help of the given pedigree chart, find out the probability for the birth of a child having no disease and being a carrier. Has the disease mutation in one allele of the gene in F3 generation. So out of 4 child, only one XCX is a carrier and unaffected, so its probability is 1/4. Next, given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion and the other one is labeled as reason. Assertion is the cells of the tapetum possess dense cytoplasm and generally have more than one nucleus. Reason কি বলছে, presence of more than one nucleus in the tapetum increases the efficiency of nourishing the developing microspore mother cell. In the light of above statements, choose the most appropriate answer from the options given below. Assertion is true here. Cells of the tapetum basically possess dense cytoplasm and generally have more than one nucleus, but the reason is false. The innermost wall layer is the tapetum, which nourishes the developing pollen grains. So here the option 3 will be the correct answer. Assertion is true but reason is the false. How many meiotic and mitotic divisions need to occur for the development of a mature female gametophyte from the megaspore mother cell in an angiosperm plant? Megasporogenesis is the process of formation of megaspore from the megaspore mother cell and is called as megasporogenesis. Ovules generally differentiate a single megaspore mother cell (MMC) in the micropylar region of the nucellus. It is a large cell containing dense cytoplasm and a prominent nucleus. The MMC undergoes meiotic division in a majority flowering plants. One of the megaspore is functional. In the majority of the one of the megaspore is functional, while the other three degenerate. Only the functional megaspore develops into female gametophyte or embryo sac, and the other gametophyte or embryo sac. The nucleus of the functional megaspore then divides mitotically to form two nuclei which move to the opposite pole, forming the two nucleate embryo sac. Two more sequential mitotic nucleate divisions result in the formation of 4 nucleate and later the 8 nucleate stage of the embryo sac. So here the option 3, 1 meiosis and 3 mitosis will be the correct answer. Which of the following is an example of zygomorphic flower? In symmetry, the flower may be actinomorphic, that is which shows radial symmetry, and zygomorphic, which shows bilateral symmetry. When a flower can be divided into two unequal radial halves in any radial plane passing through the center, it is said to be actinomorphic, that is mustard, datura, chili, etc. When it can be divided into two similar halves only in one particular vertical plane, it is zygomorphic, that is pea, gulmohar, bean, cassia, etc. So here the correct option will be the option 3, that is P. After maturation in primary lymphoid organs, the lymphocytes migrate for interaction with antigens to secondary lymphoid organs or tissues like thymus, bone marrow, spleen, lymph nodes, Peyer's patches. Fundamentally, primary lymphoid organs include bone marrow and thymus, which are the sites where immature lymphocytes differentiate into antigen sensitive lymphocytes. After maturation, lymphocytes migrate to secondary lymphoid organs like spleen, lymph nodes, tonsils, Peyer's patches, which are located in small intestine. Appendix are the secondary organs which are the sites of antigen lymphocyte interaction. On encountering an antigen, lymphocytes proliferate and form effector cells. So here the option will be option 4, that is CDE only. Spleen, lymph nodes and Peyer's patches will be the correct answer. Next, Given below are two statements. Statement 1 indicates fig fruit is a non-vegetarian fruit as it has encloses fig wasp in it. Statement 2, fig wasp and fig tree exhibit mutual relationship as fig wasp completes its life cycle in fig fruit and fig fruit gets pollinated by fig wasp. In many species of fig trees there is a tight one-to-one relationship with the pollinator species of wasp. It means that a given fig species can be pollinated only by its partner wasp species and no other species. Fig flower is pollinated by wasp. Wasp lays eggs in a fig fruit. The female wasp uses the fruit not only as an oviposition or egg-laying site but uses the developing seeds within the fruit for nourishing its larvae. The wasp pollinates the fig inflorescence while searching for suitable egg-laying sites. In return for the favor of pollination, the fig offers the wasp some of its developing seeds as food for the developing wasp larva. So here the both statement 1 and statement 2 are incorrect. Which is the main function of the spindle fibers during mitosis? Small disc-shaped structures at the surface of the centromeres are called kinetochores. These structures serve as the sites of attachment of spindle fibers for the chromosomes. At the onset of anaphase, each chromosome arranged at the metaphase plate and is split simultaneously, and the two daughter chromatids, now referred to as daughter chromosomes of the future daughter nuclei, begin their migration towards the two opposite poles. This is assisted by simultaneous elongation of spindle fiber. So here the correct answer, correct option will be to separate the chromosomes. Which one of the following is the characteristic feature of gymnosperms? The gymnosperms are plants in which the ovules are not enclosed by any ovary wall and remain exposed both before and after fertilization. The seeds that develop post fertilization are not covered, that is, they are naked. So here the correct answer will be option 2, that is, seeds are naked. Consider the following statements regarding function of adrenal medullary hormones. Adrenal medullary hormones are adrenaline or non-adrenaline. It causes pupillary dilation, hyperglycemia, piloerection, and increases strength of heart contraction. So here the correct answer will be option 2, that is B, C, D only. Next, why can't insulin be given orally to diabetic patients? Insulin is a protein hormone, and when it takes orally, it gets broken down by the digestive enzyme in the stomach and small intestine, just like any other dietary protein. As a result, it loses its structural and function before it can either enter into the bloodstream. To ensure its work properly, insulin is given through injections, allowing it directly enters in the bloodstream and perform its function of regulating glucose levels in a diabetic patient. So here the answer will be option 2, it will be digested in gastrointestinal tract. There is a matching. Salvia is an angiosperm. Ginkgo is the gymnosperm. Polytrichum is the moss. Bryophyte is the polytrichum, and Salvinia is the pteridophyte. So here the correct option will be option 2, A4B3C1D2. Who proposed that the genetic code for amino acid should be made up of 3 nucleotides? It was George Gamow, a physicist, who argued that since there are only 4 bases and if they have to code for 20 amino acids, the code should constitute a combination of bases. He suggested that in order to code for all the 20 amino acids, the code should be made of 3 nucleotides. This was very bold proposition because a premutation combination of 4 into 3, 4 into 4 into 4 would generate 64 codon, generating many more codons that are required. So the correct answer will be George Gamow. Next question. Match list 1 and list 2. Causes of biodiversity losses. The accelerated rates of species extinction that world is facing now are largely due to human activity. So there are 4 major causes. The evil quadrant is the Sobriquet used to describe them. In recent years, ex-situ conservation has advanced beyond keeping threatened species in enclosure. Now, gametes of threatened species can be preserved in viable and fertile condition for long period using cryopreservation techniques. Familiar with the environmental damage caused and threat posed to our native species by initiative with species like carrot grass, Parthenium, Lantana, and Hyacinth or Eichhornia. Some examples of recent extinctions include the dodo, quokka, thylacoline, and stellar sea cow. So here the correct answer will be option 2, that is A3. The evil quadrate causes of biodiversity losses. Ex situ conservation is the cryopreservation. Lantana camera is the alien species invention, and dodo is now become extinct. So here the correct answer will be option 2. Which of the following hormones released from the pituitary is actually synthesized in the hypothalamus? Neurohypophysis or pars nervosa, also known as posterior pituitary, which store and release two hormones called oxytocin and vasopressin, antidiuretic hormone, which are actually synthesized by hypothalamus and are transported actionally to neurohypophysis. So here the correct answer will be option 2, antidiuretic hormone or ADH, or which is also known as vasopressin. So my dear students, today I have complete again 15 questions. So thank you, all the best.